So where we left off last time, the first murder had just happened. We have discovered Byakuya's body underneath that table in the background on the right-hand side. Yeah, whatever. Let's just leave the whiny rabbit loser alone and get on with the investigation. Now then, in the spirit of lovey-doubt and dovey deception, put your heart and soul into investigating. I wish you the best of luck. And with that, Monokuma vanished, leaving those of us who were grief-stricken alone with our despair. What does this mean? I don't understand this at all. A search for Byakuya's killer? Why did it turn out like this? Oh, give me a break. Why do I have to be involved in this horrible situation? You can't doubt each other because you're all friends. I mean, if I was in like a locked room murder, you know, admittedly this isn't like a locked room, but they're, you know, locked island, I sure as fuck could be doubting all my friends. Like, I'm sorry, but if somebody's dead and it had to be one of you, I don't care if we're friends, you're a suspect. But Mr. Ham-Hands really did get killed, right? And if we don't find out who the killer is, we're all gonna get killed, right? Hiyoko, please don't be the only one making sense. I can't stand you. That being said, I cannot abide this. Now that I've finally made friends, there is no way I can doubt them. Seriously, did you even listen to what I said? It doesn't matter if you can abide by this or not. We gotta do this to survive, right? Then we have no choice but to do it. No, friends doubting friends is a major no-no. Shut up. Just go away already, unlike you useless piece of trash. Yeah, better to be involved in the investigation than a subject of the investigation. And very frankly, in like a locked room site or sort of mystery, I would expect everyone to be both, you know? Everybody is a suspect until they're cleared. And everybody should be investigating. If you are not investigating, that is very suspicious. Oh, threats are scary. Do we really have to do it? No, I don't want to do something like that. I don't want to do it either. It sounds so scary. However, it is just like Hiyoko said. If we're going to get killed for not doing it, then we must do it. But still, I can't believe one of us killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe it. There's no way. So for that reason, I refuse to believe it. Oh, I'll do it. I'll investigate Byakuya's death. I'll do my best to prove that there's no killer among us. Nagito is so weird to me because I feel like half of the time he is in the position that I would expect us to be in, with like the player self-insert. Like, I actually find him to be extremely bland, and he doesn't have a lot going on personality-wise. Like, I can't remember a single thing about his background. He feels like a self-insert, you know? So yeah, like, excuse you, I am the main character, not you. It's very weird. It's almost like us plus Nagito is the player self-insert. There's no need to deceive or doubt each other. What we need to fight is not ourselves, but that which is trying to crush us. This despair. This hopeless reality. That's the real enemy we need to fight. If I'm gonna survive this, then I have to fight it. Before you start, can I say something? In closed-circle detective games, the player usually has to decide on who's going to guard the crime scene. What should we do? Oh, yeah, it would be bad if the killer destroyed the evidence and got away with it. Destroyed the evidence? Look, over there. That big, bulky, brawny guy is perfect for the guard job. to have the disposition for it. What the heck? What happened?
Ah.
Yeah, that guy has a sensitive heart despite his looks. I feel like maybe put Peko on the body. And someone else. 2 people. Gotta do teams of 2. Wait, is that what that means? I can be the one who watches the crime scene. Admittedly, she's a photographer, not like an investigative journalist. Because I'm like, really, I want you on the investigation. But if all she does is take pictures, I could see that maybe this would be an okay spot for her. I don't have enough confidence to investigate the body, and it's not like I have the brains either. Mahiru, don't talk bad about yourself. I'll just stay by Byakuya's side. That's the least I can do. That's what guard duty is, right? Mahiru. I'll do my best. I'll do my very best not to get in your way. All you have to do is not fuck with the body, okay? That's... Mikan, it's not difficult. Not hard. Oh, okay, that is an extremely good point, actually. I have medical training, so if it's not too much trouble, I can perform an autopsy, please. Is anyone else doubting her entire shtick, by the way? Like, her, like, I'm so scared of everything, and I'm so, like, you know, so meek, and, you know, and all of her, like, stumbling into the most fan service of positions and stuff. I feel like this is all just a ruse. It's a ruse to fool the other characters. It's a ruse to fool the players. I'm not buying it. She's probably insane. I can see that. If anyone should be used to dead bodies, it should be her. I mean, just because you're a nurse or a doctor doesn't mean that you're used to dead bodies. Hopefully it means that you're not used to dead bodies if you're doing your job well. As someone who's seen this game to the end, I cannot confirm or deny. Thank you. I appreciate it. Even if I know it can be torture to people who've seen it, but even if I'm with someone who's seen whatever movie or game, I still want to give my theories, you know? I want to lock them in. I want to be able to... Because I think, although it can be stressful to not give anything away, it can be fun for the person who's already seen it to try to see if, like, your thought process matches up to theirs when they first experienced it. So, you're gonna stay as well. Is that okay? And what specifically should we be doing now? I have no idea. It's pretty obvious we're all just amateurs. Going through each grain of sand on a beach just to find a clue would be a waste of time. The only ones who can do that are the police. There's no way amateurs like us would be able to do that. So, let's first rely on our intuition. We'll start from there and prove that none of us could have killed Byakuya. But to perform an autopsy on your friend, how cruel. But I have no choice, right? There's no way I could do something like decline, right? Well, A, nobody asked you. And B, it's not cruel. I mean, he can't feel it anymore, okay? I won't believe it. Byakuya got killed. I don't believe that at all. I mean, I'd say that there's some pretty good evidence under that table, but, you know, we have seen Junko. He is but an item now, right? Yeah, I mean, that's not to say that you shouldn't treat him with respect, because there's no need to desecrate and or disrespect a corpse, you know? But still, he's not gonna have any objections. Fine, I'm in. If we are to survive, this is our only path. Something like this is the only thing we can do in order to stay alive. Finding out who the killer is, that's our only hope for survival. Something like this is a hope? Even so, I still gotta do it. I was about to say, it's investigation phase! In his case, sure. In others, in real life, however, I might be a little less willing to live that. Yeah. Ta-da! You thought it was time for the investigation, but... The Monokuma file! Just as I thought. You amateurs need this, right? What the hell was that Monokuma file? Jeez, explaining the rules all the time really breaks my bones. Well, that's why you should do a Tournament of Champions, Monokuma. Just pick from the people that you've already done this to. They already know the rules. Well, it's not like I have bones in the first place. Like, don't even make me say such lame jokes. Let's see. The Monokuma file contains precise and detailed information regarding the dead body. I've brought it to you so you guys can smoothly proceed with the investigation. You're such a good, nice guy. I'm so nice, I want to be known as the Mother Teresa of the mascot world. I mean, debatable about Mother Teresa being nice. Let's be honest here. Nice, you say? You're just a selfish meanie. My. Monomi the meaningless mascot, you're still here? Don't put me in the meaningless mascot genre. Come on, let's go. Your turn is already up. Hurry up and get the hell out of here with me. Ow, don't pull my ears. They're gonna come off. They're finally gone. The Monokuma file, huh? Anyway, I guess I should look it over just in case. There's just something about Byakuya standing there with that pose, like he's trying to be on an album cover or something with the hot pink dead stamped over him. That, yep. The victim's body was discovered in the dining hall of the old building near Hotel Mirai. The estimated time of death is 11:30 p.m. The victim was repeatedly stabbed over 10 times between the throat and the abdominal region, resulting in death. Aside from that, the body has no other external injuries, and no chemicals such as poison were detected. So, Byakuya is really dead. Damn it. You promised there wouldn't even be one victim. Why'd you end up being one? And now, I'll never know what you were going to say to me. I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others, and being distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been a living hell. It was inevitable that I would end up this way. In the end, did it even really matter? I tried so hard and I got so far. What did he even mean? Could it be... Even so, if there really is a traitor, isn't that gosh darn awful? Pretending to be your ally and tricking you guys. It can't be helped if someone like that gets killed, right? A traitor? No way. Just because he said lots of serious things doesn't mean that he was a traitor. What am I thinking? Oh, I like that truth bullet animation. That was nice. Monokuma file number 1 has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Anyway, we need to carefully examine everything. That's right. I need to do it. If we're going to survive this, we need to do it. I have to prepare myself for the worst. I actually don't remember if we found Peko last game. If, because she wasn't where she was supposed to be, and I can't remember if she's turned up or if she's still missing. Ah, this is the metal case Byakuya had with him. I believe he said it was made out of duralumin. The last time I saw it, it was closed, but there are a lot of odd things inside this case, like a nightstick and pepper spray. What's this? A hard plastic case, but it's just the case. The inside is empty. It is very obviously a camera case. What the fuck else would fit in there? I wonder what was inside. A camera. But the only thing that really catches my attention is this small key. It must be the key to the other duralumin case. That other case was in the office, and all of the collected dangerous items were inside of it. I mean, didn't we just see a nightstick, pepper spray, and a taser in this one? What dangerous... Those weren't dangerous? If the key to that duralumin case is right here, then it's unlikely that the murder weapon used to kill Byakuya was taken from that case. Which means the weapons inside that duralumin case aren't related to Byakuya's murder. Even so, I still don't get it. Why did Byakuya have this duralumin case in the first place? Case packed with all of this security equipment? Maybe he was being extra cautious just in case? No, that can't be right. That's way too overboard. Could he have known something was going to happen beforehand? And because of that, he went to all this trouble to be extra careful? Add to the truth bullets. Okay, we'll check all the objects and then talk to the people. Such a huge table, nothing out of the ordinary. A lot of tasty looking party dishes. In the end, nobody really ate all that much. I can't imagine these are related to the incident. Controlled air conditioner. Air conditioner. Could it be... Hey, all of you. Why can't you act a little more grown up? What was that sound just now? This air conditioner is probably the only machine inside this room. And the air conditioner's remote control. The timer is set to 11:30 p.m. I'm pretty sure Byakuya's time of death was around that same time. So, if so, that means... mechanical sound before the blackout. It probably came from this air conditioner. My flashes of inspiration aren't as bad as I thought. I don't expect this to have anything. Yeah. Body last, I think. We talk to people first. Hi, Gundam. Oh, hellhound earring. Answer my call! Is this effort futile as well? Are you still looking for that earring you dropped? It is not a mere earring. It is the hellhound earring. Long ago, in a faraway land, a beast known as the hellhound was feared by all, even by he who summoned it. Well, this is... certainly random. The hellhound tore its way through innumerable battlefields, its bangs glistening with blood, and his drenched, blood-red fur would dry in the howling winds of loneliness. When I finally tamed that diabolic beast, I received an earring to commemorate that event. The hellhound earring. So that I may never forget the night I battled that fearsome Pomeranian, I wear that earring at all times. Is that really about a friggin' Pomeranian? I understand it's important to you, but for now, we need to investigate. Where is it? Where did it disappear to? Maybe it fell underneath the floor? The carpet didn't cover the whole floor. It might have fallen through the gaps between the exposed floorboards. So that's what transpired. Such a clever little bauble. Gundam laughed uproariously as he walked towards the wall and pressed his head against the gaps in the floor and peered beneath the floorboards. Ah, there it is. I have found it. Truly, that is the hellhound earring. It seems God exists for my benefit. Yeah. I see. Good for you.
Cool.
However, how do I recover it? Well, depending on what sort of game you're in, you should be able to, explore, and you'll find, a metal coat hanger, and maybe a piece of gum, or some sort of fishing line, or something. You know, you'll find an item to thread between there. I cannot fit my arm through this opening. were I to use a tool, it would probably not reach either. Then maybe you should just give up. Yeah, you do have hamsters. That is also, although if the gaps in the floorboard are large enough for a hamster to fit through, those are pretty large gaps. Also, how, like, I'm wondering if you're able to access it from the outside. If you could just go outside and around the building to like the closest side and crawl under. Possibly. I'm not super familiar with some Japanese construction like that. They normally seem to be raised a little bit, like you can access underneath. Give up what? The world? I meant give up the earring. Fool. Have you not yet realized? The world will come to an end if the human race were to lose that ear. You humans are so satisfied with clothing yourselves in a false layer of knowledge. But even with all of those layers, you still will not survive the winter. Why am I being scolded? It was foolish of me to rely on you fools. Fine, I shall do something about it on my own. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go save the world. He wants that earring back by any means necessary. His determination is truly inspiring. Is it? Is it, though? Chunibyo? I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that. But it'd be nice if he actually helped me with the investigation. Gaps in the floorboard has been added. Mahiru, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Is that what you expected me to say? 'Cause I feel terrible. Why are you chiding me? I'm being nice. I'm asking about how you are. Oh, 1 minute Byakuya is alive and well, and in an instant something awful suddenly happens. Of course I'm not fine. And not only that, but whoever killed him is one of us, right? That hasn't been determined yet, but that's a logical jump that you can fairly easily make. You know? There's nobody else. It has to be one of you. It's already been determined. You already accepted it, haven't you? That we have to find out who the killer is. Find out which friend killed our friend. I don't like it either, but we won't survive if we don't go through with it. It's not just for yourself. We have to do it to protect all of us. Jesus. If I'd only acted calmer during the blackout, Byakuya might still be alive. Why are you blaming it on you? So I know it for a while, but the anime Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions drilled it into my head. Yeah, I can see it, like, right in the title there. This whole thing would have never happened. Stop blaming yourself. Nothing good will come of it. Jeez. Getting cheered up by a boy isn't like me at all. Hey, Hajime, forget about what I just said. Got it? Yeah, no, that's fine. I got it. Anyway, I won't dwell on it for now. I can't become a burden to everyone. Plus, there might be a clue that only I have access to. A clue? Photos. The ones I took just before the blackout, remember? Hey, Byakuya! Everyone, come on. I'm gonna take a picture. Alright, say cheese. Oh yeah, the pictures. You want to see them? I have a digital camera so I can show them to you right now. Really? Please. Let's see. It's this photo. And this one. Damn it, I wouldn't have pressed A if I had thought that it was going to swap to a different photo. I wanted to look in the background and see what the fuck was going on. I took these two photos right before the blackout, but... Huh? Is something wrong? I didn't realize it until just now, but right before the blackout, Byakuya was standing in a totally different place from when we found him. Wasn't his body under that table with the lamp on top of it? The one underneath the monitor? Prior to that, Byakuya was standing along the wall farthest away from the table. You're right, that is pretty far. I mean, while the light was out, though, like, people were moving around and there was, like, panic and chaos. Everyone's standing position before the blackout might be a huge clue. Sorry, what did I miss there? There's something, okay. Hey, can you approximate everyone's standing position from these photos? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, the gears are starting to turn. It'd be hard to understand from the photos alone, but so it might be better for me to plot it out. But would that actually provide a clue? I don't know yet, but I feel like it could. Got it. Then leave it to me. That's pretty much the only job I can do anyway. Thank you. Alright, now that that's decided. You better work hard on your investigation too. How much longer are you planning to stand around? We were having a fucking conversation, Mahiru. Do you understand what's going on? You gotta find out how Byakuya died. Yeah, I know, but like, God, I'm doing it. Stop telling me to do what I'm already doing. It's good that she's all fired up now, but she's totally a different person now than when she was feeling down. Nothing fills me with rage as much as being in the middle of doing something, or even just starting doing something, and then someone, like, yells at me to do the thing that I'm doing. Like, now I don't want to do it at all. Fuck you! Like... Hey, Hajime, there's something I wanted to run by you. Before the blackout occurred, Byakuya was in the dining hall with the rest of us, right? Yeah, that's right. And if Byakuya's dead body was discovered after the blackout, then don't you think he died during the Good job, Nagito. You identified the period in which he died. You know, we saw him alive just before the power went out, and saw him dead just after the power went out. Like, that, yeah. Well, now that you mention it. But, actually, admittedly, we didn't find him just after the power came back on. Everybody left the room and was exploring, trying to find him. So it is conceivable that while we were exploring, he was moved back into here. I do think, it's because it's been a couple weeks, right? I do think that there were people who stayed behind in this room that didn't go investigating, however. So I do think that maybe there were people here who would have seen if his body had been moved after the blackout. Even if the killer tried to hide him, it's not like he would have stayed hidden forever. Isn't it confusing? Oh, you're absolutely right. It seems finding out what exactly happened during the blackout is key to solving the mystery. There's no way I'd know. It was so dark during the blackout, I couldn't see a thing. Although, if seeing was impossible, then there's a possibility that someone may have heard something. Heard something? Are you talking about her? What, Mikan? Who's her? I must investigate my classmate's body. Yes, I'm the one who has medical knowledge. That's why I need to do it. To do it somehow. Look, before you start, why don't you calm down a little bit? You're right. I need to calm down first. I'm careless enough as it is. Yeah, that's pretty obvious from how you felt earlier. I am terribly sorry about that, for showing you something so unsightly. You made me remember it again. Really? Really? You gotta do a fucking flashback to that? Okay. Oh, okay, this was actually new dialogue. I thought it was just repeating what happened at that time. I made such a fool out of myself in front of everyone. Forget making a fool out of yourself. How in the world did you end up like that? Welcome in, Joe. How's it going? Fine time for me, terrible time for me, Con. Well, I got startled by the blackout and slipped on the carpet, and once I was struggling to get back up, suddenly I'm hungry. Geez, oh, really? Because it puts me off my appetite. Mikan, like, this game, compared to the first one, decided to lean into that mature-rated kind of video game thing. This is the second time that this has happened with her. Admittedly, they did have, like... They are, to a certain extent, laying fair across the genders for some eye candy like that. But on the other hand, they're all, like, 16, so it's not really eye candy at all. It's... I'm like, please stand up and stop. Stop. Please erase it from your memories, everyone. Even if you ask me, I won't be able to forget it so easily. I'm so sorry. I can't stand it. But how are you doing, Joe? Did you have a good weekend? Embarrassing pose has been added to the truth bullets section of the handbook. Now I guess we just look at the table. I think we've done everything else in this room. Under this very table, Byakuya was... First, I should investigate the top of the table. Though the only thing on top of this table that really catches my eye is this desk lamp. Looks like an antique lamp, and it seems rather heavy. The power cord was connected to the outlet, so it would have been useless during the blackout. Other than that, there's nothing else on the table that really stands out to me, so... Now it's not the time for me to flinch. I gotta do it. I let out a shout as if to encourage myself and quickly looked beneath the table. Immediately, I noticed an unexplainable smell, like rusted iron hanging in the air. I mean, I would say that smell is very explainable. It's from all the blood, you know? Enduring the stinging pain in the back of my eyes, I slowly shifted my gaze towards Byakuya's body. Byakuya Togami, the ultimate affluent progeny. He was the kind of guy who said a lot of hurtful things. He did his best to try to lead everyone. Why did he have to end up like this? The only thing I can do right now, for Byakuya's sake, is to uncover the truth behind his death. So beneath the table, night vision goggles, the body, a knife, and blood stain. It's interesting to me that we do have some over arrows and a down arrow too. So I don't want to leave this screen yet, but it seems like maybe there's more to look at as well. Doesn't look like there's anything on top. Okay, we'll start with the blood stain. The blood flowing from Byakuya's body formed a huge pool under the table. It's a lot of blood. There's blood splattered everywhere. Even the inner side of the tablecloth is covered in blood. The blood might have splattered all over the place when he got stabbed, but there doesn't seem to be any drag marks leading from the blood pool. Okay, we'll check the knife. What's the green on there? A bloody knife. Is this the weapon that killed Byakuya? Hold on. How did the killer bring this knife to the dining hall in the first place? Byakuya thoroughly patted down everyone and thoroughly inspected every corner of this old building. And all the confiscated dangerous items were supposed to be placed in that duralumin case. It's possible that they stole this knife from the case, or they hid it somewhere hard to find. Also, there's one more thing about this knife that's strange. There's some kind of paint that's been applied to the hilt. In the dim light beneath the table, it glows glow-in-the-dark paint, so that way they could find it when the power was out. Could this be glowing paint? I have some glow-in-the-dark nail polish, and I really need to get it in some different colors too, because the one I have is just like the default kind of green, yellowish green glow. But I've seen other ones that are like blue or pink or purple. I'm like, I gotta get that shit at some point. What's this? It looks like binoculars, but why is there a pair of binoculars under the table? Hajime, those aren't binoculars. Then what are they? Those are probably night vision goggles? Night vision goggles? I've seen them at the supermarket on this island. They also stock self-defense kits, too. If that's the case, did the killer use these night vision goggles to kill Byakuya during the blackout? Something stuck to the back of the table. Is this duct tape? There seems to be paint applied to the non-sticky side of the duct tape. In the dim light beneath the table, it seems to glow dully. Could this be glowing paint? I like how it's like... glow-in-the-dark paint doesn't work like this. Like the fact that this had been under the table for quite a while, it's not charged up. Like, this shouldn't have worked. The body's collapsed face down under the table, as if it was in the middle of attempting something. It looks like he was... According to the Monokuma file, he was repeatedly stabbed between the throat and abdominal region. Repeatedly stabbed. Would one of us really do something so horrible? Yes, absolutely. 10,000%. Monokuma file number 1 has been updated. I'm pretty sure I'm sure I've pretty much investigated what's under the table. Despite the fact that it's just me, I think I'm working pretty hard. Even if it's just a little, I'm sure we're getting close to the truth behind Byakuya's death. Now then, where else should I investigate?
Hinata-kun.
Hajime, a moment? What is it? When we're finished with the investigation here, would you like to hear what everyone else has to say together? If I go by myself, some people might not talk to me out of caution. Well, we've been told that one of us is a killer. It can't be helped if everyone's on edge now. But why me? You're easy to talk to, and I feel like you have a sense similar to mine. What? What? We both harbor special feelings towards Hope's Peak Academy. Isn't that right? Well, yeah, but... Fine. If we're going to go together, let's get on with it. There's no time for idle chit-chat. I'm glad. It'll be a great help. Special feelings, huh? Even so, what he said about us being similar, I don't think I agree. I guess, for now, we should search the inside of this old building and listen to what the others have to say. Not just the dining hall. I think we should consider this whole building a crime scene. After all, the blackout that took place at the time would have happened throughout this entire building. Yeah, you're right. Oh, hello. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hi. I didn't see you standing there, Ibuki. Apparently, a great man once said investigations should be done on foot. So that's why I'm also using my feet. I'm just walking around for no particular reason. Well, if there's no reason, then there's no meaning. Hey, Hajime, I just realized something. Could she, by any chance, know what happened during the blackout? Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Eh? How'd you know? So you did hear us, even though Hajime and I were talking pretty softly just now. Not only do I have perfect space, style, and personality, but I also have perfect ears. I see. If your hearing's so good, maybe you heard what actually happened during the blackout? When the blackout happened, could you hear everybody's voice? Or you could hear everybody's voice throughout the dining hall, right? We couldn't tell, but you would have been able to make out who's who, right? Just leave it to Ibuki. It'll be easy as fried rice with gravy. Huh? I'll heartily eat it for breakfast.
なるほどね。
Oh, you mean it'll be easy as pie, except eating fried rice with gravy for breakfast is kinda heavy. This doesn't really make much sense. Any fried rice that isn't fried rice with gravy is so wrong. She should make a metaphor with more common type of fried rice, like egg fried rice or lettuce fried rice. Anyway, anyway, can you tell us what you heard? Leave it to me. I'm gonna take a bite out of you. Am I crime? If you tell us, I'll let you bite Hajime later. Ibuki, do we need to call Child Protective Services? She has so much of, like, the early 2000s zanies. I'm like, are you about to hold up a spork or something? Like calm your shit, child. Just calm down a bit. If you tell us, I'll let you bite Hajime later. Stop it. What if she takes you seriously? Let's see. The first person who raised their voice during the blackout was... That's right, it was Mahiru. Oh, it's a blackout. Next was Kazuichi's voice, and then the next voice was mine. Hey, I can't see anything. It's pitch black. My future is pitch black. I'm not gonna lie, when that line was said before, because earlier when this dialogue happened during the blackout, there was no like character names, obviously, that's why we're going through this now. I thought this was what's his face? Was it Teru? The terrible chef kid. I thought that line was him. Yeah, Genki girl, manic pixie energy, yeah. What a nice remark I made. It's to the point and has its own unique charm. I could do without the narration there, Ibuki. Just continue. Then there were more voices, one after another. Everyone calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this. Don't step on my feet. So very obviously someone is moving through at this point. What the hell? What's going on in here? This is... Ow. Turn the damn lights on. I can't eat like this, you know. I appreciate Akane's single-minded focus on the food. Oh, that's right. Teru was in the kitchen at the time of the blackout and made his way over here. You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen? Perhaps the breaker overloaded? Hold on a sec. I'll go over to the wall and do something about this. So I think it's hard to tell who we haven't heard from. I don't think that Mikan had said anything yet, and we definitely haven't heard Gundam, and we haven't heard I can't remember his name, the big guy, the ultimate like team lead guy. Alrighties, that's pretty much it. Aren't I awesome? Praise me, give me lots of praise. I am not feeding into your praise, Ken Kibuki, okay? I heard you the first time. Seriously, don't get any closer. Hey, Nagito, say something to her. Hey, did something happen? No, I was just thinking about what Byakuya said during the blackout. What Byakuya said? Why did he say something like that? Rather, why was he able to say that? What the hell? What's going on here? And this is... What do you mean? About that. Why don't we discuss it after we've investigated a little bit more? For now, I can't really say anything for certain. Well, it's not like I really care. You should care. You're gonna die if you don't get this right. Anyway, don't you think that Ibuki's account just now is an important clue that will lead us to the truth? Then praise me! Let me bite ya! Okay, Ibuki. Ow! Why are you really biting me? Ibuki's account has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. I swear to God, I knew a couple girls like her in high school. Okay. So now we're going to talk to Sonia and then make our way back to the storeroom and then start basically from the back and move our way towards the front. There is something I want to ask you. What is it? It appears that only that wall is a different color and material. Why is that? I mean, it could be a cupboard. It kind of looks like it has a handle, like it doesn't seem like a wall. Oh, it's probably a fire door. Fire door? You've never seen one before? I haven't either, Hajime. What is this Japanese kind of invention? Explain this to me so I have some more cultural knowledge. It's a door that shuts to keep fire from spreading by containing it. If that happens, you can run away, right? So does it like swing out and block across the hall or something? Because on the other side of that should be the kitchen. There's another door right there. Interesting. I see. It is like a barrier. Just lining up plastic bottles around the house, that is not an acceptable fire break, Sonia. Yeah, that's only done to keep cats from getting in. You know about keeping cats from getting inside, but you don't know about fire doors. Truly, I am culturally ignorant. I am ashamed of myself. Okay, a fire door has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. Yeah. Is there anything else, Sonia, or are you just going to talk about that again? So that is called a fire door. Okay, I've already memorized it. It is a barrier that keeps fire from getting in, correct? She memorized it as a barrier. I mean, that's what you told her. Hey, Nagito. Are you going to stop me from going in here again? Because I very much noticed that you stopped me from going in here when we were looking for Byakuya earlier. How come Byakuya was able to say something like that in the darkness? Like, what the hell? What's going on here? Or, this is... It makes me wonder. The storage room is really dusty and dark. Yeah. My hands were full cleaning the dining hall, so I couldn't even touch this room. It even has cobwebs. There's no way I could stay in here for a long time. Okay. Quick talk to the camera and monitor because they are likely not important at all. Then... towels? Oh yeah, tablecloths. Stacks of clean tablecloths. It looks like they haven't been used yet. So there's nothing strange here. What about the hamper? There's a huge piece of cloth randomly shoved in here. Is this a tablecloth? Oh, a tablecloth. Wait, huh? Hold on. There's something on it. Is this a bloodstain? What? A bloodstain? Come here, take a closer look. It's too dark. I can't really see that clearly. There's no mistaking it. This is clearly a bloodstain. I mean, like, if it's too dark, that hamper has wheels on it. Just roll it into the hallway and take a closer look. Which means this tablecloth is connected to Byakuya's murder, right? If that tablecloth has a bloodstain on it, then it's a possibility. Seriously, it is a bloodstain. This. There's an awful lot of boxes. We don't have time to go through each and every one of them. I guess I should leave them alone. A wise decision. That's the wrong button. There we go. The iron. Are these irons? It looks like they were recently turned on, but why are there 3 irons on this ironing board? Just as I thought, your eyes don't miss a thing. I mean, it's not particularly subtle that there's 3 of them there. When I was looking for Byakuya after the blackout, I also found these irons, but when I found them, all 3 of them were turned on. Turned on. It'd be bad if another blackout happened, so I turned them off. But doesn't this feel kind of sinister? Sinister? I mean, I also hate ironing, but I wouldn't call it sinister. That's why I bought like a clothing steamer instead, so that way I don't have to iron. It's significantly more pleasant.
Hinata-kun.
Hey, Hajime, how much longer are you going to stay in this dark place? You're just wasting your time. Let's move on and investigate the other places already. I get it. You're right. I mean, I was going to talk to you before we moved on.
Yeah.
Okay, so same thing that you said before. Okay. Then back out this way? Yes. And then the kitchen. We talk to Nagito first. Since we've come all this way, let's investigate this area just for the heck of it. There's a chance there might be some sort of clue here. So we talk to, again, the monitor and the camera first. Byakuya must have confiscated all the dangerous items on the kitchen's equipment list. Well, just from reading through this list, it looks like the knife next to Byakuya's body didn't come from the kitchen. It appears to have been brought from outside. From outside? Then how did the killer get past Byakuya's body check? Strange, isn't it? I mean, he didn't even go easy on the girls when he was performing the pat-downs. It's almost like somebody had access to this area before the party and taped a knife underneath the table that was set up. Hey, Nagito? You know? It would have to be somebody who was here beforehand to smuggle a weapon in, Nagito. And he didn't even go easy on the girls when he was performing the pat-downs. If that's the case, then they probably brought the knife in advance and hid it somewhere. Still, it's surprising how much equipment this kitchen has. There are iron plates for barbecuing and a portable stove for cooking hot pots. I've never had hot pot, but I really want to. But this is all stuff that doesn't pertain to the murder, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I agree. Kitchen equipment list has been added to the truth bullets. Chinese, Japanese, French, and Italian cuisine, and fish dishes, and a big piece of meat on the bone, too. Isn't it amazing? That meat is so big, even I was shocked. It's a dish fit for a tropical island. I'd never be able to get meat like this in Aoyama or Azabu. I haven't heard that one before. I'd never be able to get meat like this in my hometown, much less Aoyama or Azabu. This game cast is considered the worst of the franchise because even when it has 4 characters in the top 5 of popularity, it also has 8 to 9 canon fodder characters. Yeah, so this game has so many characters I can't fucking stand. I'm like, throw Teru Teru into a volcano. Like, I honestly wouldn't mind getting rid of, like, Ibuki either. I don't like Gundam. Like, there's so many characters that are fucking awful. But also, welcome in, Yami. How are you doing today? I get it. You don't have to repeat yourself. But it's so big. Where did you get it? I asked Nekomaru. Apparently, he killed the cow at the ranch with his bare hands and brought it over. That seems excessive and inhumane. his bare hands? That's a little hard to believe, but it doesn't seem completely impossible either. Those hands of his, they look like they specialize in punching things. These hands were made for punching, and that's just what they'll do. I wouldn't want to get punched by those hands. Seriously, Nekomaru's so wild. He's totally right at home in a country setting. I'm so jealous. Why? Are you saying that you're too sophisticated to be in a country setting, Teru? Yeah, just keep. Yeah, this is my first run through of the game, but yeah, I definitely am finding some of these characters a little. Koizumi was supposed to be the protagonist, but the team hated her. Even when Kodaka wanted her to be the protagonist, but he gave up and chose Hajime as the protagonist. Even the idea of Hajime is that he's an NPC and forget this place and has complex of not being special, but doesn't make anything to do. I do find Hajime to be he's a little sarcastic, a little mean, and very forgettable. I was saying earlier that I felt like that Nagito and Hajime together form the protagonist. My hometown is near Aoyama and Abzu, so wild country things like that, they slip my mind a lot, you know? Well, I guess this meat has gone to waste, since this awfulness happened right when the party started. I can't. The only ones who ate my food were Akane and Peko, who took some portions for herself. Don't say that. After I worked so hard to cook the world's most refined party dishes, the only two people who actually tasted them. Well, it's not like I actually believe it, but if there is really a killer out there, I'll probably never be able to forgive that killer. He's scary when he's mad. Party dishes have been added to the truth bullets. Okay, so did we talk to Nagito? Yeah, we did talk to him. Okay, then we just need to talk to Teru. Sir, there is a corpse to prove there's a killer, right? Hey, were you in the kitchen during the blackout, Teru? That blackout totally startled me. At first, I thought it was just in the kitchen, but when I finally managed to get out of the kitchen, the hallway was pitch black too. And then I heard everyone's voices, so I fumbled along the wall and tried to feel my way to the dining room. But that place was pitch black too. It was like pitch black everywhere. Yeah, that often happens when there's a power outage. Admittedly, I can see leaving the kitchen because you think that maybe it's just like a circuit that flipped in the kitchen itself, but couldn't you have used that kitchen stove as a light? I mean, my stove is electric. It is A, not going to be a light, and B, not helpful during a power outage. Which was the idea of Nagito being similar to Makoto but different at the same time. They share a voice in every language. Oh, it's the same voice actor? And his name is an anagram of Naegi Makoto, that I am Makoto Naegi. Interesting. That is very interesting. When Kodaka wrote Nagito, he basically thought what would happen if Makoto had a son with Junko. Interesting. Yeah. That's impossible. This gas stove needs electricity to work, so it was directly affected by the blackout. I see. Then I guess it's not possible. I mean, like, gas stoves usually are able to work when the power's out, though. Unless, I guess, maybe it had an electric starter or something? Since you work with fire in the kitchen, I figured you'd be able to use it as a light source or something, but I guess it's not that easy. Okay, Teru's account has been added. Finished investigating the kitchen. Okay, let's go. Sure thing. Already talked to you. There's nothing on that side. Bathroom? It's locked. Someone appears to be inside. Since it's a unisex bathroom, I don't know who's actually in there. What? Hey! Is someone in there? We knocked on the door and tried calling out to whoever was on the other side, but... Come on, just a little occupied. I guess we should give up for now and check on it later. Yeah, you're right. The Gundam voice actor is one of the few specifically requested for the character because that voice actor has stated on multiple occasions that his dream is to voice a mobile Gundam character. So as a joke, they asked him to voice Gundam. Interesting. Yeah, just let them pee in peace. No, this bathroom has been occupied the entire time. Other people also need the bathroom. Oh, Pecco's back. Okay. The old building circuit breaker should be inside this office. Circuit breaker, huh? It might be related to the blackout. So, it's better if we check out the circuit breaker first. How dare you? Maybe I don't want to look at the circuit breaker first. Maybe I want to look at it last. Fuyuhiko is the character with the best development in the game, even the franchise. Fuyuhiko. I'm trying to remember which character that is. I still don't have all the names down for this one yet. Okay. Is this the desk the staff used for busy work? There's something in particular on it that catches my eye. This duralumin case. It should contain all the dangerous items Byakuya collected. Oh, the Rude Yakuza. Yeah, he is my potential best boy, although he hasn't had a lot of development in this game so far. Every time I try to date him, I can't find him. Maybe we should check inside, just to be safe. But it's locked. But we have the key in the other case. Like, Byakuya had the key to this particular duralumin case with him. Check it out. I brought it with me, so there's no need to worry. It's still early, don't worry there. Good, okay. I was afraid that, like, he would die quickly and I wouldn't have a chance to, like, get to know that character. Because I'm like, you are a potential best boy. I want to know more. Hey, is it okay to take that key without permission? I mean, he's dead. It's not like Byakuya can give you permission now. It's forbidden to tamper with the crime scene, but if we don't, we can't check inside this case, right? So I should open it. This guy, he doesn't feel any remorse. I don't feel like this is something that you need to feel remorse over. See? It's open. Forks, kitchen knives, iron skewers, and various tools are crammed inside. But it's not possible that the killer took anything from here, because the key to this case was inside the case Byakuya had with him. I guess you're right about that. Also, another thing is that since this game franchise has been making the cases more and more complicated to lengthen the gameplay, which is why the characters are redundant in many things, and canonically dumb characters seem like criminal masterminds. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. I guess we talk to these first. This remote control is for the office's air conditioner. Also set to 11:30, same as the control in the dining room. Yeah, same thing. The two, like, so I've absolutely blown a fuse in my apartment with my air conditioner coming on. So having the air conditioner in both the office and the dining hall click on at the same time, I could see that could have possibly caused the blackout. It can't be a coincidence, right? Okay, AC timer has been updated in the handbook. Actually, this reminds me, we haven't checked our pet. She's doing fine. Snack time, yeah. The weird snack bunny. That must be this old building's circuit breaker. The blackout probably happened because of this. It doesn't look like someone did anything to it. Nothing else looks suspicious either. The circuit breaker is pretty high up. Even if you use a stepladder, you won't reach it. So yes, the first murder has happened. We're in the investigation phase for the first murder. So Byakuya actually died at the end of the last stream. So we are currently investigating his murder. Yeah, I totally agree. That's why it's so mysterious. Well, during the blackout, I was panicking so bad I forgot about that, but you're right. Even with a stepladder, there's no way you'd be able to reach that circuit breaker. Shocking, the most paranoid one got off. Exactly, right? And the one who has been through this before, the one that has some knowledge that they've teased that they are going to share with us, and then suddenly they're gone. Which means someone must have reset the breaker after the blackout. But who? I did it. It's here. You idiots had no idea what to do about the blackout, so I'm the one who reset the circuit breaker. By the way, I'm not the one who tripped the breaker. The killer did that, of course. But how did someone as small as you reset the breaker? Well, firstly, my eyes work real good at night, so I have no trouble seeing in the dark. And if you want to know how I reached the circuit breaker, my body stretches. I expected him to say that he jumped. You know, I'm very elastic. Liar. I'm serious. Want to see? Want to see a version of Monokuma with his body all stretched out? It's gross. It's grotesque. It feels very Junji Ito. To top it off, Fuyuhiko is the only one who wouldn't have done it so far since he wasn't even in the area. I mean, Fuyuhiko, that's the mafia kid, right? He was supposedly in his room, but there's nothing to say that he didn't come back into here, you know? I have to look it up because all the character names again, because I remember who's who visually, but not name-wise super well. I am in the same boat. No thanks. Just imagining it makes me want to puke. Oh, really? It's such a shame. Still, don't you think Monokuma is such a nice guy? No. In a popularity contest, he'd take first place. No, he wouldn't. The hell? So he's the one who reset the breaker. Well, in that case, I'm convinced. There's no way we'd be able to reach that. If that's the case, how did the killer trip the circuit breaker? With the air conditioning units. If they didn't trip it or set it to be tripped. Oh, he'd take the first place, all right, because everyone else is terrified not to vote for him. That is valid. Okay, so we've talked to all of the things in here. Now we need to talk to all of the people. So we'll start with Nagito. There might be more clues at this place too. Let's try to investigate carefully. You don't need to tell me that. Hey, Kazuichi. Hey, isn't Peko the killer? Wow, that's a strong accusation there. Why do you think that? Well, she wandered off somewhere even though she was supposed to be in the office. When we were looking for Byakuya after the blackout, I went to the office right away, but when I got here, she was gone. Yeah. I shouldn't say this too loudly or else Miss Sonia will yell at me. Did we find out what's in his secret box of stuff? We did. So one of the boxes contains all of the weapons that he confiscated. So things like the knives from the kitchen and the metal skewers from the food. There are like a wrench that he got from Kazuichi here. I can't remember what else, but basically anything that he found on somebody went into one box. The other box had a pair of, it looked like a pair of leather gloves, a taser, pepper spray, a police baton, stuff like that. I should just read the game synopsis so I don't ask you to backtrack. No worries, no worries. Sometimes it helps me to refresh it in my mind too by going back over it again. The subtitles for Miss Sonia said Smithsonian. Oh god. I do need to try the OBS subtitle plugin to see if it is a little bit more accurate than the one that I'm using. Pekko's probably the one who tripped the circuit breaker and used the blackout to her advantage to kill Byakuya. So how did she trip the circuit breaker, Kazuichi? And don't you think she looks kind of ruthless too? Like an assassin, right? You are being really judgy. Just because she has resting bitch face does not mean that she's a murderer. Well, it's not like you look any better. Yeah, exactly. Kazuichi's account has been added to the truthful section of your handbook. Okay, Pekko, now's your chance. Where were you? I can already tell. You doubt me, correct? No, not really, Pekko. I trust you, for now at least. Isn't he the electronics guy? He should be in a good position to figure out how to trip a circuit breaker without climbing. Yeah, he's a mechanic, I believe. But again, I'm pretty sure that the circuit was, like, the power outage was caused by the 2 air conditioners clicking on at the same time. Huh? However, it does not surprise me. An unexpected blackout occurred, and during that time, Byakuya was killed. The circuit breaker is in this office. Naturally, I look suspicious since I was supposed to be here. Supposed to be here? Does that mean... So I was right. You weren't in the office. But why? Weren't you supposed to guard the circuit breaker and the duralumin case with all the weapons in it? Huh? So where'd you run off to on your own? Yeah. Well, was she in the bathroom? Pekko suddenly dropped to one knee and started groaning on the spot. Hey, what happened? The food. She's the only one who got a plate of the food. The only people who ate anything was, what's her name, Akane? And Pekko. And Akane, it kind of feels like maybe she has an iron stomach, you know? But I feel like Pekko might have been... Yeah, and Byakuya, but he did. Yeah, Pekko might have been poisoned or given contaminated food in some way. Excuse me? What was that? Pekko, it appears that the bathroom inside this old building is currently occupied, so I recommend either the hotel lobby or your cottage. Huh? It seems like it'll be a tough path. With cold sweat dripping from her forehead, Pekko wobbled out of the office. Oh, poor Pekko. That is not a good situation to be in. What happened to her? Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to say it say it myself. I already feel bad enough for Pekko as it is. Yeah, there was also that one guy who kept screaming about how he had to shit. Do you think he snuck some food? I don't think so, actually, because that seems completely on brand for that character. Before today, stuff like that had already happened. What does that mean? Huh? I mean, is it cool? She didn't, like, run away or something? Because if she ran away, she's obviously the killer. I'm almost positive. Is that really what it is? Are all of these guys, like, so fucking clueless that they can't tell when someone isn't feeling well? Nagito seems like the only person who has any sort of, like, soft skills at all. Now then, I guess we're done with this office. Don't you think so? We should get going now. Okay, it looks like you've pretty much finished looking around the old building. So how about we check out Byakuya's cottage? Byakuya's cottage? There might be clues there, so I thought it'd be good to check out just in case. These are the alleged elite at everything in their fields in the world. Maybe it's like a case of a master of one thing being absolutely abysmal at everything else. Very true. I mean, we did see in the previous game that many of these absolute elites were fucking idiots and completely incompetent. I still don't understand how Yasuhiro was at that school. But I was scared I might encounter some danger if I went there by myself. Well, I don't really mind going there together, but... Aren't you worried about the possibility that I might be that danger? Hajime, are you threatening him? You mean, am I worried about you being the killer? To be honest, I don't think you're the killer. In fact, I can't even imagine it. I don't know how he'd have lived exactly, right? The fact that he actually made it to the end is somewhat offensive. It's like, instead of living with doubt in others, it's so much better to die believing in others. Don't talk like that. We're doing this so we can live, you know? As I thought, you sure are strong. You're definitely the chosen one. Chosen by Hope's Peak Academy. I mean, technically we're all chosen by Hope's Peak Academy. It's a weird thing to say, Nagito.
Yosh.
Alright, then let's get going. Byakuyo's cottage. Yeah. I don't know why, but every time we talk, I don't really know how I'm supposed to react. I mean, that's how I feel talking to a lot of people. Like, ah, yes, how would a normal human react to that statement? The moment I left the old building, there was a strange scene unfolding before me. Wait, what are you doing? They're trying to get under the building to look for the earring, dummy. Like, we had this conversation before. What am I doing, you say? Now that is truly a foolish question. We're just checking to see if we can get under the floor from here. Under the floor? What? Earring. Hajime. Yeah, right? It's like, Hajime means first, or at least something similar to first. And I feel like he's named that because it's like every time he hears something, it's like he heard it for the first time. He has like no memory between sentences. Under the floor. Why? Who said it was futile? Who decided it was impossible? Yeah, Hajime can be first for starting. Yeah, it's all like he's always rebooting. How did you know that I cannot recover my earring? If it is possible to get under the floor, it'll change our understanding of the murder, I think. So I thought it was important to check it. I see. Under the floor, huh? I never considered thinking of it like that. What do you mean? Come on, think about it. The carpet I laid didn't reach the table where we found Byakuyu's body, right? So are you saying that somebody was under the floor and stabbed up between the floorboards, and that's how they managed to stab him? It's an interesting theory. My other thought about the knife was that Byakuya had placed it there. And that's the reason why he was under the table, was that he knew shit was going sideways and he was going for the weapon that he had secreted in the room ahead of time. So that way he wasn't completely defenseless. Admittedly, he had an entire case right beside him of weapons. So that's why I was like, I don't know if he would really do that. Like, what is the point of that when he has all the weapons? Well, not all the weapons were in the room with Peko, but he had like pepper spray and a taser and stuff in the box with him. So maybe, I mean, he didn't have any bladed weapons, so maybe it was Byakuya that taped the knife underneath the table there. And he was going for it, and so he was like crawling under the table, and he got stabbed up from underneath. I could see that. There was actually a similar payout to a book I read recently, where someone was actually stabbed from above, that they managed to snake something very long down through the floorboards from the top. Yeah, he'd have to be completely flush to the floor to have them ready. I mean, it didn't seem like he had a lot of clearance there, right? Like, it feels like maybe he was kind of crawling along on his belly or something. As well, consistency, ignore the NGVs in front of him. As we consistently ignore the NVGs. I don't know what an NVG is. I'm not sure what that is. And the dining hall floor had huge gaps between the floorboards. Then is it possible that the killer killed Byakuya by stabbing him from beneath the floor? Yeah, Byakuya was a bit insufferable, but it is sad after a whole game with him. And like my confusion here was that so many people love Byakuya and he was their favorite character. So I was expecting having like an entire game to have him have like a redemption arc. Like I was expecting for an entire game of Byakuya showing that he actually was kick-ass. And that's why so many people like him. So for him to die like immediately was shocking to me. Autocorrect is throwing hands as we consistently ignore the night vision goggles in front of that's right. They're also there. It did actually seem like Byakuya low-key was trying to help keep everyone alive. He was insufferable, but he seemed like he was paranoid for a legit reason. Yeah, he definitely had his heart in the right place, even if his attitude wasn't, as opposed to the first game, where both his heart and his attitude were terrible. That's what I thought, so I'm trying to see if we can get under it from here. Well, I guess it's not possible to get under the floor from outside. The building is surrounded by firm fences, so there's no way to sneak under the floor from there. Even so, I couldn't find a way to get under the floor from inside the building either. Do you think that there's a possibility that there's a hidden hole somewhere?
Yeah.
No, that's not possible. Are you sure? At any rate, it seems like you can't get under the floor from outside the building. That's a relief. It was Gundam's Dark Divas. Yeah. 100%. I'm just picturing like the four of them trying to wield a knife together, brace each other. Relief? Why? Because if you can get under the floor from the outside, there'd only be one logical suspect. He did say that he tried looking from the inside too. The only person who didn't come to the party and also doesn't have an alibi. Oh, right, Fuyuhiko. I suspected him too. That's why I was checking to see if it's possible to get under the floor from outside. Who else could fit inside the narrow gaps? Well, Monokuma says that he can stretch, so... Speaking of which, not long after I began guarding the entrance, Fuyuhiko came here. He did? Sorry, I'm slightly distracted. I shouldn't suggest theories unless I'm actually paying attention. No worries. I am not sitting here judging you, going like, God, 42. Didn't you know it? Like, no, it's fine. Huh? He did? I mean, like, half the time I'm forgetting things that happened 5 minutes ago and suggesting things that are completely contra to the logic that has been laid out. What happened, Fuyuhiko?
Huh?
Oh, hey. What are you doing here? All alone at a place like this? That feels like an extremely dangerous pickup line. Like, that gets my radar up so bad. I'm standing guard so Monokuma doesn't come inside. How diligent of you. You're not coming to the party? Hell no. Not even if you paid me. Parties are stupid. They make me want to puke. I mean, I often feel the same way. You want to come to the party, right? Isn't that why you came here? Of course not. I was just going for a damn walk. Fuyuhiko, you are such a tsundere, okay? What, do I have to report to you every time I wanted to go for a fucking walk? No, it's not like that, but... leave me alone. And then he just left. So that happened, but... why did he come in here? Or why did he come here? He probably wants to be a part of the group, but he can't be honest about it. He believes he's different from everyone else, and that's why he's always alone. He's like the main character of an RPG. Have you played those before? Never. What's that? I don't know what you're talking about. When did we start talking about video games? I never stopped. Chiaki's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Even though we don't really know what he's thinking, I don't think we have any reason to doubt him. That's a relief. I'm glad. Yeah, what's a video game? I've never heard of it. It's Pong, right? You know, the little paddles and the bouncing. Yeah. You keep saying you're glad, but we have no idea who the killer is. Well, I guess for now we should stick to the plan and head over to Byakuya's cottage. As long as the probability is greater than 0, that will suffice. I will most assuredly reclaim the Hellhound earring with my own 2 hands. All I know about games is bashing 2 rocks together. I'm trying to think if I've actually seen a game like that. I can't think of anything, actually. It seems he has no intention of investigating. Okay. Oh, Yuhiko's over there. I see you standing behind the plant trying to hide over there. Just peering through the bushes at us. Minecraft? I can see that, yeah. I guess for now I've discovered the building is surrounded by firm fences, so there's no way to sneak under the floor from there, I think. Also, Yuhiko came by not long after the party started. Okay, that's everything that Chiaki has. Yuhiko, how's it going? Can you get through an entire conversation without getting defensive? Can you get through an entire sentence without getting defensive? What the hell? Didn't I tell you to leave me alone? That's not happening. Didn't you hear Monokuma's announcement? Of course I did. Apparently Byakuya's the one who got killed. So what? What did you say? Do you think I'm the killer? Think whatever you want. I'm used to being mistrusted. That's not why I'm... whatever. Just tell me what you were doing while everyone else was at the party. Huh? Checking my alibi, eh? Well, I don't have one. I was just chilling in my cottage all by myself during that time. The whole time. Because Chiaki said she saw you in front of the old building. Nosy bitch. It's true. I went for a little walk. And then, just by chance, I ended up passing by the old building. It's not like... there's not that many paths, right? Like, I can see that you would pass by the building. Were you really going for a walk? Don't tell me you were actually trying to join the party. Don't be mean, Hajime. Fuyuhiko is welcome, okay? Why the hell would I do that? It's a coincidence. Coincidence! Oh, alright. Alright, I got it. Dumbass. That's it? I don't have a fucking alibi. I was just chilling in my cottage all by myself. Okay. Wrong. Oh my god, so many wrong buttons. There. Oh right, we're supposed to check out Byakuya's cottage. Okay. Cottages... this way? Not this way. God damn it. It's been a minute. Okay, Nagito is over here to talk to.
Yosh.
Now then, we must head over to Byakuya's cottage. If you get lost, check the map in the student handbook. Byakuya's cottage is the one that I remember where it is. It's the one directly beside mine. Huh? It's locked. I guess we need to ask him for help. And so Nagito took a deep breath.
Why?
Hey, Monokuma!
Yay! Did you call me?
Nagito, when did you train Monokuma?
ね
Hey, Monokuma, I was just wondering if you could do us a favor. There's something we want to investigate.
おやおや
Hey, who are you talking to? That's just my after image. Monokuma can flash step? When I get serious, my after image is unleashed.
なんと
I can even play soccer by myself as long as I have this cloning technique. That reminds me, I need to watch the Blue Lock movie. Though it'd be boring to play alone. I don't have time for this. Just hurry up and open Byakuya's cottage already.
あのね
This is for the class trial. It's something we really need.
ん
For the class trial?
参ったな
If it's for the class trial, there's no way I can refuse. I mean, I seem to remember you locking us out of several rooms in the first game, Monokuma. Now then, there's only one spell that can open these doors.
バルス
Valus?
あとはよろしくね
See? I've unlocked the door. Now you can investigate to your heart's content. Why does it open with a magic spell? Yeah, Byakuya is the first to die. Which, like I said, is disappointing because I wanted more time for him to redeem himself. I love a redemption arc, okay? Like, no Game of Thrones spoilers because, like I said, I haven't watched the show. Like, I haven't finished watching the show. I stopped when it caught up to the books. But, like, Jaime Lannister is my favorite character. You know, a good redemption arc is so good. So I was looking forward to Byakuya having one. But instead, he's dead, along with all of his knowledge from the first game.
まったく
It's probably powered by electricity. At any rate, that performance was a waste of time. I see. I guess we should go inside then?
そうだね
Yeah, I guess you're right. Byakuya has a lot of books in here. Okay, we're also looking to see if there's a Monokuma doll. There is! Gotcha.
やん
I really should look up after stream, honestly, if you can get mono coins just by talking to things in this game. Because I haven't seemed to find any of them. I seem to only get Monokuma coins from finding those dolls. So if it's a waste of time, then I'm not going to bother talking to, like, the monitor and the camera anymore. Okay, start with the bed. This bed, nothing about it really catches my eye. I still find it fucking weird that there's no pillows. Okay, envelope on the table is going to be last. Looks like the room's interior design isn't that different than mine. There's not much to worry about here. The shower room is beyond here. It's well organized and there's nothing suspicious about it. Nothing that really looks like a clue. One of the things that I'm looking forward the most about with a possible Japan trip at some point in the future, honestly, I want to try one of the big Japanese soaking tubs, like one of the Japanese bathtubs. Because as a tall woman, it would be nice to have the extra deep bathtub. I want to try it. Was there something for the table? No, it's just that. Okay, we'll talk to Nagito first. Byakuya will never return to this room again. The investigation mechanic for collecting monocoins has been removed. Instead, monocoins are primarily collected by finding hidden monokumas, which grant 10 coins for each monokuma collected. Thank you so much for looking that up for me, so that way I could avoid spoilers. I highly appreciate that. So I'm gonna stop talking to the cameras. There's no point. There's an envelope on the table. Is it a letter? Someone sent to Byakuya? Do you like me? Yes, no, maybe.
変だな
There's no sender. That looks pretty suspicious.
ひなたくん
Hajime, you should check what's inside. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. Huh? This is...
これは
This is a crime warning? No, if it says be careful, it's probably a threatening letter. Regardless, who would send something like this? I love that the be careful is considered threatening. I mean, it's a pretty nice life you got here. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. Regardless, who would send something like this? Maybe... This is why Byakuya suddenly decided to throw a party? Huh? The first kill will happen tonight. Because someone made this threat to Byakuya, he gathered everyone in one area and was extremely cautious about all the dangerous items. He was trying to create a scenario in which everyone could monitor each other. He thought if he did that, no one would be able to kill anyone. So he believed this crazy letter.
でも
He couldn't ignore the possibility of this happening, even if it was just a worst-case scenario. Remember what Byakuya kept saying? How he wouldn't let anyone become a victim? He couldn't overlook that slim possibility, just to keep his promise. And why did he keep it a secret? If he had just told us... He probably couldn't. He probably thought that that was a worst-case scenario. Yeah, I mean, that would just cause panic, right? To be telling everyone, like, hey, by the way, someone's gonna die tonight. He probably couldn't. He probably thought that that was also a worst-case scenario. What do you mean? If everyone knew what was in this letter, whether it's a lie or not, everyone would have likely begun to doubt each other, and at that point there'd be no turning back. So Byakuya tried to do something about this all by himself without telling anyone? His strong sense of responsibility is the only explanation that I can think of. Anyway, whoever sent Byakuya this letter also killed him. Is that what you're saying?
ごめん
No, this could be a prank, and it might have nothing to do with Byakuya's death at all. What was that? He suddenly became really quiet. I see. He doesn't want to believe one of us could be a killer. But still, we've come all this way here, and it's the only thing I can think of. The person who wrote this letter murdered Byakuya. If that's the case, that person completely predicted how Byakuya would react once he received it, right? They planned to manipulate Byakuya and killed him right before our eyes in that old building. Damn it, who the hell would do that? Murder threat has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Hajime, there's probably not much time left until the class trial starts. Probably. Oh, which reminds me, you asked Mahiru for a favor earlier, right? Yeah, I wanted her to find out where everyone was standing just before the blackout. She's probably finished by now. You're coming with me, right?
ごめん
Sorry, that's all you. Huh? I need some time alone. I'd like to collect my thoughts. I see. I understand. Also, if you're going back to the old building, you should hear what Mikan has to say as well. I think the results of her autopsy should be ready by now.
じゃあね
I'll see you later. He was pretty pale. I wonder if he's okay. I'm offended by that. I'm pretty pale too, but I'm fine, you know? I'm not sick, I just don't like the outside. Yes, continuing the splitting up during the horror story trope, right? Did Byakuya make any reference to the previous game? Did he get any memories back? He referenced a, I wonder if we have it in the truth bullets section. No, we don't have it in here. Byakuya had, like, referenced a rough past, and he said that he had something important that he wanted to tell us after this night. But, he didn't specifically reference anything from the previous game. Okay, but now's not the time for me to worry about Nagito. There isn't much time left. I better hurry over to the old building. I think we're done with here. Yeah. Wait, why are we outside of Fuyuhiko's cottage? We just left Byakuya's cottage. That's weird. Very strange. Oh, I think this is just the spot. This is the teleportation spot for here. Okay, never mind. Not suspicious after all. Monomi? How's it going? Oh my god, please just... There we go. Too cruel. This is just too cruel. Oh yeah, I guess I might as well ask her about the old building's windows. Hey, do you have a sec? I want to ask you something. I don't wanna help you guys mistrust your friends. What the hell? It's not like we're doing this because we want to. Nope, now's not the time to fight about stuff like that. More importantly, do you know why the old building's windows are covered by iron plates? Iron plates? I covered them up so nobody makes the mistake of going inside, since it's dangerous because of the renovation. I see, the renovation. So that's why you covered them up. Because it's dangerous to go inside. Danger isn't supposed to exist on this island. This isn't how it was supposed to be. But why did it get like this? It's cruel. It's too cruel. Just because it's cruel doesn't mean you can keep crying like that. Crying won't solve anything. On the other hand, it is also okay to experience your emotions and feel your feelings. Okay, you don't have to keep a stiff upper, lip, but you know, maybe also not bog down the investigation either. We have to do this no matter what. Damn it. Is there someone else? Yeah, Fuyuhiko's still over there. I don't know if it's going to be worth talking to him again, if he's going to say anything different. Yeah, no, the same thing. And so we'll just go into the old building. Sounds like Gundam. What the... What the hell was that loud voice just now? I mean, it sounded like Gundam. Oh, right, there's no... He does, like... Monokuma does seem like he would be very satisfying to kick. Okay, most of the people here are the same as they were before, except for Nekomaru is here now. I feel so lighthearted right now. Is it because you managed to get a bathroom? I, Nekomaru Nidai, have been reborn. I have no intention of losing anymore. Losing to who? I won't lose to anyone. Not even to my past self. That sounds cool and all, but what are you even talking about? Yeah, he is a little too obsessed with the bathroom. What? I don't know who was behind it, but someone tried to make a shitty bastard out of me. Maybe he did get some of the food? Some scoundrel was occupying the bathroom before the party was about to start. Now that you mention it, you said something like that shortly after the party started. I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all. I should have set up a flashback counter for this game, so that we could actually see how many flashbacks were done through the entire game. How could we forget? Also, I'm baffled about how we're supposed to buy that guy his high school age, right? Right. Like, have the artists for this game ever seen people in high school before? However, if you think I'd be angered by something like that, you've all underestimated my nerve and patience. Do all and achieve all with one's presence of mind. That is the goal of a true leader. Yeah, JoJo rules. Right, very true. In other words, a leader must never falter in any situation, but always have the presence of one's mind. He says that, but I'm pretty sure he was shaken up by the whole ordeal. Well, best not to go into it. He's been kept back 10 times. Yeah, it's the Yasuhiro rules. Anyway, so you're saying the bathroom door was shut from before the party started to after the blackout? It does look like a JoJo design, yeah. And the bathroom was finally unoccupied after Byakuya's body was found. That's about how long it lasted. What he said sounds stupid and irrelevant, but I should remember it just in case. I mean, I think it's extremely relevant that the bathroom was, like, not available and then it was available. And Nekomaru's account has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. Okay. I don't think that there's a point in talking to, like, Ibuki. Yeah, no. It's the exact same stuff as before. Okay. Definitely no point in talking to Sonia again. I think we just need to talk to Mikan and Mahiru. Let's talk to Mahiru first, and then get the autopsy results. Hey, you're here. Where the hell did you wander off to? I was investigating. I wasn't wandering, I was investigating as much as I could. I see. Well, if you weren't slacking off, then I guess it's fine. Yeah, you had so much potential, Mahiru, to be best girl, but you are actually kind of irritating. So, did you find anything? Yeah, sorta. You don't sound too sure.
Nah.
Well, just take a look at this. Just as you told me, using the two photos I took before the blackout, I tried to pinpoint where everyone was standing. When I did, this diagram was the result. Yeah, the angry winks doomed her from the start. Yeah. So this is everyone's standing position before the blackout. Everyone's pretty much in the dining hall. I made this diagram for analyzing those, analyzing those photos, so I'm pretty sure it's accurate. Just as I thought, Byakuya was standing a far distance from that table. It's impossible. There's no way he'd be able to move that far during the blackout. But we already have said before that Byakuya was surprisingly fast and agile. The blackout was happening for a bit. Like, I don't think it's unreasonable. What's this line extending from the table where Byakuya was killed? It's the power cord for the lamp. Yeah, it's the desk lamp. I drew the power cord for it just in case. The power cord for the desk lamp? If that cord is extending from the table where Byakuya was killed, that means... You really like the handwriting for some reason? It feels quite human. Yeah, I wonder if it was like a font or if they actually had like one of the artists like write that in.
Nah.
So actually, I think I just missed something there. So if that cord is extending from the table where Byakuya was killed, that means no. Didn't miss anything. So did you find something? It's not clear to me yet, but I guess you're right. I didn't really understand it myself when I was drawing it. It looks like it was drawn on paper and scanned in. It really does. I have a feeling that it's either a potential clue or just a waste of labor. No, it wasn't a waste at all. It's not clear to me yet, but there's no mistake that a clue is hidden here. An extremely important clue. Autopsy time. If you'd like, I can tell you a little bit of what I want to say. Did you find anything out? I tried, within reason, to perform an autopsy on Byakuya's body. And I discovered that there were several puncture wounds around Byakuya's chest and abdominal region. We already knew that, Mikan. Deep wounds. Deep enough to reach his lungs and internal organs. It can be assumed that a very thin, sharp object around 5 millimeters in diameter was used to... Okay, so this is one of the skewers. This is one of the skewers from the meat. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, we noted that there was an extra one on the kitchen equipment list that was missing prior to preparing for the party. very thin, sharp object around 5 millimeters in diameter was he used to? Stab him over and over again with what I believe. Look, someone reacting normally about interacting with a dead body for freaking the fuck out. Yeah, I don't want to give her any credit though, because she is generally terrible. Yeah, and it would fit through the floorboards. Exactly. It would be long enough. Yeah, to me that sounds like we have our murder weapon. Yeah, for a nurse, she really isn't good in stressful situations. Yeah, I am shocked that she is an ultimate. Hey, are you okay? I'm sorry. Talking about it made me sad. No need to push yourself. I mostly got the gist of what you were trying to say. Sorry. Still, around 5 millimeters in diameter, huh? Isn't that pretty thin? It's as thin as an ice pick or an awl. She's both terrible and also exists as an excuse for the game artist to draw gross things about high school girl. Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit, it's trial time.
時間です。そうです。お待ちかねの学級裁判の時間です。
Alrighty, guys, it's finally time. That's right, it's time for the long-awaited class trial.
では、集合場所をお知らせいたします。
Now then, I shall tell you all the meeting place. I've been wondering where the meeting place was going to be because we haven't seen like a door that we couldn't get through the same way that we did in the school. So I'm wondering if it's going to be the central island or if there's going to be a separate island that we go to for it.
ジャパンウォーク諸島の中央にある島に愛らしい僕の顔が彫り込まれた岩山があります。
At the central island of Jabberwock Island, there is a mountain with my adorable face carved into it.
その名もモノクマロックです。
That, my friends, is Monokuma Rock.
そこに隠された秘密の入り口からエレベーターで地下へとお進みください。
You understand the word for trial? I don't know that one, actually. I recognize a lot of the words, but I didn't learn the word trial. I just picked it up from watching J-dramas. Saiban? Okay, thank you. Try to add that one into the lexicon. Once you're there, please proceed to the underground by taking the elevator located at the secret entrance. Secret entrance was something that I recognized, because secret is like Himitsu, and entrance is Iriguchi.
ぷぷぷぷ。じゃあまた後でね。
See you soon. A mountain with a carving of Monokuma's face. At the central island? We saw it once when we were going around. Here it is. Yeah, Jabberwock is an Alice in Wonderland thing. I actually tend to think of the movie, admittedly, I don't think I've seen the movie, but I tend to think of the movie done by that guy from Monty Python, Jabberwocky. Do we need to clean this yet? We do.
Huh?
What the heck is that mountain? When did that get here? That's been here longer than you have. It's the first time you're seeing Hajime from the outside. They don't show him a lot, but I'm assuming with going into the class trial, because if they do it the same way as before, being like a circle, I'm assuming we'll get to see him more than we have so far in the game. Never mind that. How did they even make a mountain shaped like Monokuma? I don't think it would be that difficult. That story might be true after all. There might be an enormous organization involved in all of this. You mean what Byakuya said before, right?
確かに
Byakuya, we still needed his knowledge. I still can't believe he's dead. Byakuya, 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 Byakuya. Marsha. What happened to Gundam and Fumiko? Now that you mention it, it appears that they're not here yet. She's feral. He's rabid. I know. They probably ran away. Hell nah. There's no way I'd let them escape, you know? Reminder to go to the doctor. I mean, if you're foaming at the mouth, it's too late for the doctor anyway, if you have rabies. Look, I dragged this one back over here. I'm telling you, let me go. Hey now, if you keep acting violent, I might just eat you up. Hey, Fuyuhiko, what were you doing all this time?
Huh?
Nothing. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just chilling in my room when I suddenly heard that fat bastard. God damn, Fuyuhiko. And I've suddenly heard that he got killed. Who the fuck cares about that anyway? I mean, we all do, because we have to solve this, or we will be killed. That's odd. The eyes are weird for all of these people and kind of the same. How so? How can you say something so irresponsible? I mean, they do definitely. There is a style that they have. We've been doing our best to investigate this murder, even though we just don't. Even though we don't want to, just to survive. Mahiru, that's enough. You too, Fuyuhiko. Dumbass. And I guess we're waiting for Gundam? I am right here. Oh, he got his hearing back. Remember this well. A main character arrives when he intends to. Huh? Seems you noticed it too. If I did, then I'm right. Alright, now that everyone's all together. Let's take the secret entrance to the trial field. Yippee! Please wait a second. My, Monomi. Just what are you doing here? Nobody asked for you. Yeah, this music is a lot. Oh, Monokuma's theme. Do you actually want to join in? Do you want to taste how powerless you are at the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought. Oh well, I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow your special participation. I'll go on ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over. The music just makes Monokuma even more puntable, yeah. I do enjoy the fact that the aesthetic is a little toned down from the first game, because the first game, some of those rooms definitely had acid trip vibes. He told us to come, but how did we get there? I don't see any doors or vehicles. I mean, he did say that there was a secret entrance. Yeah, he did mention something about a secret entrance, was it? Secret entrance. Oh, do we need to say the same thing that he used to open up the door? That Valis or whatever it was? Is there? I thought there was a Monokuma doll up top there, but I think it's just the camera. Yeah, it's just the camera. Okay, we talked to everybody, and then we talked to the mountain, and then we talked to Monomi, and then we talked to the mountain. Okay, helpful. In RPG video games, it's common for secret areas to be underground. Comparing our situation to a video game... Jeez, how boring. Whatever, let's go inside already. I don't give a flying fuck if that guy's dead. Who fucking cares? Seriously. We're gonna have to put Ibuki down, yeah. It's too late for her. Ah, yes, the side eye at the fourth wall. Mm-hmm. Be happy, you humans have been spared. We gotta find the killer. If we don't, we're the ones who are gonna get killed. Maybe we talk to Nagito last just because he's big and at the front. I don't think it matters. Oops, I clicked the wrong one anyway. This is definitely strange. Why is this happening? Why do we have to find the killer? Peko, are you doing okay? You looked like you weren't feeling too well earlier.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I appreciate your concern. However, there are other things we should be focusing on. Damn it. I don't want to go. Is there any way I can run away from this? A huge organization. So my kingdom has been cast in doubt. However, I do not think my government would participate in something like this. What happened, Hajime? Are you scared? Seriously, you're such a wuss. Let's stop this bad joke. Why don't we have dinner instead? I think you hate her the most? Who? The ultimate dancer? The little girl? Really, Teruteru is the worst. He is the one who should be the most reviled of all the characters. This is our battle to avenge Byakuya, but I feel quite disheartened. Now the kimono girl? Yeah. I have hopes that maybe she might get interesting. She's definitely not great so far. Okay, Nagito? You're wondering about Gundam 2, right? You too, huh? Helpful. Very helpful. Interesting. Is something shaking? This is dangerous. Everyone, please get down. Did not expect that. Something came out. Could it be he's telling us to enter it? Such an auspicious aura. Even Crimson Steel Elephant Magazine is trembling in fear. That's so totally suspicious. Forgive me. Seriously, just forgive me already. Hey, why don't we just stop here? I mean, none of this is real anyway. Like, not even remotely. There's no way. There's just no way we'll find the killer. Complaining won't get us anywhere. If you're really a man, then man up for God's sake. Yeah, Mahiru is... That's my least favorite thing, I think, about her, is that she busts out with a lot of these weird gender role things. I'm like, no, fuck you. Men are allowed to be scared. Shut up. We've come this far. We have no choice but to keep moving forward. You're right. There's nowhere for us to run. We need to do it. If that's everyone's decision, I'll just follow you guys. I feel like Chiaki is kind of flying under the radar. Like, she's not doing anything irritating, but she also, other than being kind of dreamy, doesn't have a lot of personality. I don't know. I want to see her kind of step up and say more and do more and be more interesting. Especially since the men in question are also children. Right? Exactly. You know, don't instill those toxic kind of habits in these kids. If this were a video game, it'd have a very high difficulty level. So let's do our best to clear the game. Shaking with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, I'll run away. All I could do was stare upward intensely as the escalator carried me. And when each of us entered Monokuma Rock, completely normal mountain behavior. This is an elevator. I see. This entire rock is an elevator. I find it so, like, redundant that they had an elevator leading up to the escalator. Or sorry, an escalator leading up to the elevator. Seeing as our number of participants is going to start going down, you might get your wish. True. True. It's much weirder than literally everything else that's happened. Once again, Monokuma is just doing what he pleases. The drama, though. True. True. Yeah, once again, Monokuma is just doing what he pleases. However, if he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Yeah, you know he built an elevator. Even so, we're going pretty deep. Phrasing. You're right. I heard an unnerving chattering of sound inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. There we were, listening to unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished ascending. As Megamind once said, the big difference between a villain and a supervillain is the presentation. I could see. So it's basically like Michelin stars. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished ascending. And then the elevator door opened slowly. Okay, slightly more stylish than previous game. This is an acceptable courtroom. Okay, welcome. This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that'll decide your fates. What the hell is he thinking? Locking us in a shitty-looking place like this. Are you fucking crazy? Don't mess with me, asshole. Complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. I could see a legitimate security reason not to have the entrance to this place accessible from the ground level. I mean, yes and no. There's no reason to be here outside of the class trials, so you could just have it locked. And during the class trials, there's no one else to come here. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written. Looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked towards the seats we had been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. He was overly critical, arrogant, and condescending. But he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. The person who did it is one of us. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find out by any means possible. And why does no one suspect Monokuma? It's true. It is surprising that no one suspects him yet, but it could just be because they're still kind of learning the rules of the game, and they're still kind of sussing out the boundaries and Monokuma's role in it. Yeah, I suspect Monokuma. I don't. At least not yet. Because that's our only option. There is no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this life-threatening trial building with hope and despair has begun. Yes, save my progress. Okay, I don't think we have any skills yet. Yeah, nothing. Okay, we'll do a quick flip through the truth bullets. Actually, I don't even think we really fucking need to. Most of this is pretty fresh. And also, with this being the first trial, I don't expect it to be that confusing. Yeah. Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. I do believe that some of the mechanics have changed from the first game, so we know from the first game that they will go over in excruciating detail all the mechanics.
学級裁判では誰が犯人かを議論し、その結果はお前らの投票により決定されます。
During the class trial, you'll present your arguments for who the killer is and vote whodunit.
正しい黒を指摘できれば黒だけがお仕置きですが、もし間違った人物を黒とした場合は
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, and did we forget the most crucial skill of all from swapping characters, the slurp? We'll see. I think it's that some of the mini games are different.
黒以外の全員がお仕置きされ、生き残った黒だけにこの島から出る権利が与えられます。
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
なんて残酷なルールですか。
Such a cruel rule.
始める前に確認しておきたいんだけどさ、本当にこの中に犯人がいるの？
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
もちろんやで。人殺しの黒は間違いなくお前らの中に潜んでいるんやで。
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you.
悲しい色やね。
Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it?
ちなみに学級裁判は 100% 公正に行われるから安心してください。
By the way, this class trial is going to be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry.
僕ってひいきとか不正が物見の次に嫌いなんだよね。
I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monomi, of course.
私のことそんなに嫌いなんだ。
You hate me that much?
それでは早速始めましょう。
Now let's begin.
始めろって言われても何をどうしたらいいんですか?
I swear I can never hear Among Us in normal context again, right? Like, Among Us and Sus and Self-Report and stuff like that are so, like, keyed into that game. For a little while, too, a group of people I was watching play it, they had the term schmoove that they used a lot. Schmoovin was, like, when you kind of skirted around something, when you were moving suspiciously. You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do? No complaining. Let's just settle this with our fists.
ルール聞いてたんか？
Were you even listening to the rules?
戸上の野郎は大広間でぶっ殺されてたんだろ？だったら怪しいのはそこにいた連中じゃねえか。
Didn't that bastard Byakuya get killed in the dining hall? Huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
はいはい。自分は犯人じゃないって言いたいわけね。
Yeah, yeah. What you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
当たり前だ。てめえらが勝手に殺し合っただけだろ。俺には関係ねえよ。
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me. Kinda, I like your intentions, but please relax. Yeah, I can see how you want a simple and direct solution to this, but this is not a simple or direct situation.
はあ？何よそれ。
What does that mean?
とりあえずさ、まずは一番気になることについて話し合ってみない？
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
え？一番気になることって？
The most pressing issue on our minds?
やっぱり死体の見つかった場所だよね。死体がテーブルの下から見つかるなんて変だもん。
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table. I mean, is it stranger to find a body underneath a table than it is to find a body anywhere else? Right?
じゃあその謎から言ってみよっか。
And then let's start with that mystery. It is slightly stranger to find a body underneath a table with no visible signs that it had been moved there. Ah, yes, Nagito, the Makoto of this game, yeah. Then let's start with that mystery. The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... No, thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So the class trial is finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak one after another without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. This means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to move the reticle, and then fire with the... I'm going to assume that that's supposed to be A, that that's the A button. Pay close attention to each character's statements, and then choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Actually, it might be that might be the Y button. I seem to remember having that weird symbol for the Y button before, and I believe we shot with Y in the previous game. Pay close attention to each character's statements and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Make your argument. Oh shit, we already have multiple truth bullets. Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that? His body was beneath the table, at the very back of the dining hall. After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there. Why? Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery. It's like a dog burying a bone. What he just said was strange. It clearly contradicts the information I know. Okay, gaps in floorboard, knife, and bloodstain under the table. That is the one that's going to show that there is no drag marks. No sign that the body was dragged to the bloodstain. Well, she seems to have recovered quickly from foaming at the mouth. Yeah, she seems to go back and forth into that state and out of it repeatedly. Okay, so it is why. So weird to hear that sentence in someone else's voice now. No, I don't think the killer moved the body. Why?
死体が見つかったテーブルの下の状況をよく思い出してほしいんだけど。
Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table.
あそこには大量の血痕があったけど、死体を引きずったような跡はなかったんだよ。
Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign that the killer actually dragged the body through it.
だから犯人が死体を移動させたとは考えられない。そうか、なるほどね。
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see, I get your point. And here I thought I had a genius idea. Kazuichi, I don't have a feeling that you're gonna have many genius ideas.
個性もなくてモテない上にバカなんて残念。生きてる価値ないよね。
Hyoko, I already took a pot shot at him, okay? You don't need to say this. This is meaner and unnecessary. Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
俺は褒められて伸びるタイプだからな。
I respond better to praise, you know.
でも犯人が運んだわけじゃないならなんで死体がテーブルの下にあったんすか？
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
多分テーブルの下で殺されたからだ。
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
殺人がテーブルの下で起きたというんか。
Yeah, that's her whole shtick, yeah. What? You think he was killed under the table?
戸上くんは何らかの理由でテーブルの下に潜り、そこで犯人によって殺されてしまった。
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed.
その結果、テーブルの下に彼の死体だけが残されることになったんじゃないかな。
And then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
話の筋は通っているが、戸上は何のためにテーブルの下に潜ったんじゃ。
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
みんなを驚かせようとして隠れてたんだろ？あいつって茶目っ気たっぷりなとこあったしな。
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester. Was he, though, Akane? Was he? Yeah, repeatedly restating the obvious. The game, the movie, the sequel. Yeah. Yeah.
おめえはあいつのキャラすら把握してなかったのか。
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
停電になって慌ててテーブルの下に潜ったのかな。
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table?
地震とは違うんじゃぞ。停電だからってテーブルの下には潜らんわい。
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under a table.
その理由は多分パーティー中の戸上くんの行動に関係してるんじゃないかな。
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think? The reason Byakuya dove under the table was to retrieve the knife that he had taped there earlier. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... the letter. This one. This may sound presumptuous, but I think that's wrong.
しまった。
I made a fool out of myself. What? I feel like the knife is not the correct one yet. The case Byakuya had with him, there's a lot of security equipment inside and a hard plastic case as well. The key to the other Durham case is in here too. I'm actually not sure. Normally it's quite obvious which one you're supposed to select. Is it the knife? Like, I feel like talking about display problem, was it? It's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party. I feel like talking about the fact that he threw this party because there was a death threat is the correct thing. I don't know. I feel like the case or the knife is the only things that make sense now. Okay, well, I guess we'll try the case, because it was what Byakuya was doing during the party. He was keeping this case. No? Okay. The reason Byakuya dove under the table. I'm gonna try the knife. Okay, it's the knife.
おそらくテーブルの下に落ちてたナイフが関係してるはずだ。
I felt like it would make more sense to reveal about the problem first than the knife. Because people are gonna be like, well, why did he have a knife there? Why did he need to go? Why did he have a knife, like, hidden during the party? Talking about the fact that there was a credible threat, I feel, is more important first.
Knife っていかにも凶器ですって感じのやつですか?
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon?
きっと戸上はあそこにナイフが隠されていることに気づいて、
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden
それで
there.
そのナイフを回収するためにわざわざテーブルの下に潜っていったんだ。
So in order to get it, he moved under a table. You know, he noticed that knife that was taped to the underside of a table that you couldn't possibly see. He just happened to notice it. Yeah, I know that your experience with this game's tricks, but it's still a first trial, yeah.
危険物に敏感だった戸上であれば、その可能性は否定できないが。
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. Is there a superhero that can, like, sense weapon? I mean, I guess Spider-Man's Spidey sense a little bit, but that's only, like, the intention behind it, right? It'd be interesting if there was actually someone who knew where every possibly dangerous object was at all times.
だが、テーブルの下にナイフがある事実に、あいつはどのようにして気づいたのだ?
But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table? My god, Gundam is talking sense. What world is this?
事前に知ってたら停電前に何とかしたはずだもんね。
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
だったら事前に知ってたわけじゃなくてその場で目撃したとか?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment?
例えば誰かがテーブルの下に隠したナイフを取り出そうとしているのを見かけて。
Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table?
いや、それはありえないぞ。
No, that's not possible.
なんだ、随分と言い切るではないか。
What? You seem rather confident about that.
当然だ。それだけの根拠があるのだからな。
Of course, I have proof to back me up.
なんだかそれっぽくなってきましたね。
This is almost like a real trial. During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there will only be one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time. This means there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate by holding down the right bumper, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun! Okay, knife, bloodstain under the table. Oh my god, there's 5? I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout. That sounds correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife. But it was super pitch black. It was so dark I couldn't see my food. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either, so we know that it's going to be... I doubt he could have seen the killer. It's going to be night vision goggles. It's true, getting under that table during the blackout would have been nearly impossible, but... There we go. It seems like the firing is much faster in this game as well. He's not immune to fat phobia even in death. Yeah, it's pretty gross, the way that they talk about and treat him in this game. Now, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark. Why do you say that? Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. Why do you say that?
テーブルの下に落ちてた暗視スコープだよ。
If he was
あれ
using
を
those
使え
night
ば
vision goggles
暗
we
闇
found
でも
under the
状況が
table,
把握できるだろ。
he could have seen what was happening. This case does feel a lot less structured than the other ones have been. Yeah, I'm hoping that, like, it's just because it's the first one, right? Yeah, the shooting is way faster this time, which is nice. That was one of my biggest pet peeves with the previous one.
ではあの暗視スコープを使ったのは戸上だったと。
So are you saying that Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
ああ、そうなるな。
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
その推理はピンボケだよ。
Did she call us poor?
いやそれは違うでしょ。まるっきり逆だよ。
I swear I heard bimbo, which is like poor. No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
逆？
The other way around.
だからさ、その暗視スコープを使ったのは戸上じゃなくて犯人の方だって言ってんの。
Seriously, the killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya. But that might now be more demanding for you not to mess up shooting. Look, nothing can stop me from messing up shooting, okay? I'm gonna press the wrong button. I'm going to, like, we don't even have the text in front of it yet. Yeah, now you have to defend your statements, yeah. Were you surprised by Mahiru's sudden argument? Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you'll have to go into a one-on-one debate called a rebuttal showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the left stick. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. We're doing like the fruit cutting game. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it'll skew towards their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. I really wish that they would just show me like a little example of it, because I do not understand what is going on. Word ninja, yeah. Like, just show me a quick, like, example of it. You'll lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be careful. You get nothing. Slurp them? Yeah, well, hopefully the slurp mechanic is, like, returns, just because I want to be able to continue saying that. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means that the conversation will develop. If that happens, they'll end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it'll skew the mood towards the other party's advantage. Plus, it's going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the Y button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, it will not be able to cut an opponent's remarks. What's a truth blade? I am terribly sorry. It appears that there has been a delay in contacting you. I'll make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mood, truth bullets will be called, or in this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name has changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? No, I don't understand anything that's gonna happen now. If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Hopefully we can still pause during this, because the ad break is gonna start in a second. Irons in the storage room, knife, and journaling in the case. Okay, good, we can pause. If you just use common sense, the killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it. What? I can't. Okay, I was looking for yellow text. I was. Okay, so no yellow text. We just gotta. So I started blasting. Like, we just gotta get slashing. And apparently it's directional, maybe? Be active. Like, be aggressive. Be. I should let Mahiru say what she wants to say and then find a point that I can argue against. So it sounds like we're not supposed to be aggressive. It sounds like we're supposed to let her talk. If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it. No, it says danger. I can't just listen to what she said. What? This is conflicting instructions here. Don't just listen to what she's saying, you need to respond, but first listen to what she's saying so that way you know what to respond to.
常識で考える暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の方でしょ。絶対そうに決まってるって。
犯人が使ったって根拠は何だよ。
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
だって暗視スコープを使えば
Because if they used the night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark.
実際そのとにかくあれは最初からそのため犯人が現場に持ち込んだんだって。
Damn it, I was overcome. She's gonna go back to the original topic. Shit. Okay. Me and every social interaction, yeah. It's, you know, trying not to talk over somebody, but I'm excited and I want to chime in, and I also want to say a thing before I forget it, because if the conversation goes on, I'm not gonna remember the point I had to make. Yep. Fun times.
常識で考えればさ、暗視スコープを使ったのは犯人の絶対そうで決まってるって。
Okay, so up is the correct thing to do in all of
犯人
those.
が使ったって根拠は何だよ。
Where's your proof that the
暗視スコープ暗闇の中でも戸上を殺せるじゃん。実際そのとにかくあれは最初からそのために犯人が現場に持ち込んだんだって。
what am I supposed to be fucking doing? Did I not do that right? I think it's that if the text is like at the top of the screen, I need to press up, and if it's at the bottom of the screen, I need to press it down, and if it's in the middle of the screen, I need to press over. I think. Yeah, slash in the direction that you press doesn't really fucking help to explain how it's supposed to work. I also think I need to be doing the Y button thing to fire the truth blades as well when there's orange text. Yeah, this is way worse than not knowing what to slurp. I found a hole in your argument. I'm sure Byakuya brought the night vision goggles. I need to refute Mahiro's claim with evidence.
だって暗視スコープを使えば暗闇の中でも戸上を殺せるじゃん。実際そうなっちゃったわけだしさ。とにかくあれは最初からそのために犯人が現場に持ち込んだんだって。
その言葉切らせてもらう。
Okay, I think I did it successfully there.
いや、あの暗視スコープを持ち込んだのは間違いなく殺された戸上だったはずだ。
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
間違いないって。
Definitely. But why?
戸上がパーティー中ずっと持ってたジュラルミンケースの中に。
Oh yeah, the thing that I thought was a camera case was for the night vision goggles. That's what the plastic case was in there. Inside the duralumin case, Byakuya had with him in the party.
暗視スコープを収納するためのケースが入ってたんだ。
We found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
つまり暗視スコープはジュラルミンケースに入れて持ち運ばれたものと推測できる。
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside the duralumin case as well. I don't know, all this talk about night vision goggles is making me want to rewatch original Jurassic Park. The scene in the Jeep with the T-Rex. I said assume. Ibuki never uses such clever language.
しかも停電中にそのジュラルミンケースの中から暗視スコープを取り出すなんて。
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case.
そんなことができるのはケースを持ってた戸上以外に考えられないだろ。
Since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
そっか。言われてみればそうかも。
And yet somehow you didn't know what I meant by night vision goggles. Okay, I've never seen it like done as an acronym. Honestly, I've never seen night vision goggles get abbreviated. It's just making me think of like a bit from Community where they're arguing about Bare Naked Ladies, the band, the Canadian band. And someone says something about like BNL, and the main character, Jeff Winger, is like, BNL, they're BNL now. Bare Naked Ladies is so culturally relevant that we need to shorten it. I see. And when you put it like that, it makes sense.
だったらあのナイフもジュラルミンケースに入れて持ち込まれたものなのかもしれないね。
Then was that knife inside the case too?
暗視スコープがあったならナイフくらい入っててもおかしくないもんね。
If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
おかしいよ。
It would be weird.
やっぱ 僕っておかしいよね。こんな時なのに今晩のおかずのことが頭をよぎるし。
If only you guys could see the face I'm making at this sentence. I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
キモいよ。絶対にいやらしい意味で言ってるもん。
I feel slightly better about Hiyoko after this. And ew, you totally mean that in a perverted way. The knife was brought in the duraluminum case along with the night vision goggles, too? No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. It's the duct tape.
そうか。死体が見つかったテーブルの裏にガムテープが残ってたんだ。
There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Basically, you need to slash all of the non-weak points in order to progress to the next set of sentences. Usually you get to the weak point sentence on the second set. Once you're there, select the correct truth blade, which is like a truth bullet but a sword, and use it on the weak point. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured out. And like I said, I think that you need to press up if it's at the top of the screen, down if it's at the bottom of the screen, and then to the side if it's in the middle. That seemed to be working. My main thing is that it just doesn't really have a lot of time. Like, I might have to get into the habit of slowing it down a little bit to read it, because even noticing that some of the things were weak points, it just wants you to move so fast. But on the plus side, it looks like even though I was failing, I wasn't taking any health damage. Because oftentimes for the non-stop debate, I like to read through everything first to see what the weak points are and then match that up to the evidence. And yeah, we don't slow down here. Exactly. So I thought I was taking damage by losing that. I feel like maybe it would just reset it, because it seems like there might be several like phases through it that, you know, I might have to redo parts of it. You don't get to be analytical here, Magi. Analytical minds in my detective game? Who would have thought? There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found.
ガムテープ？
Duct tape.
きっとあれでテーブルの裏にナイフを貼り付けて、そうやってナイフを隠しておいたんだろうな。
They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
それであんなところにガムテープが残ってたんですね。
So that's why we found the duct tape there. I'm just waiting for some idiot to be like, but how do we know the duct tape was holding the knife? So we could be like, the fucking glow-in-the-dark paint. Like, why are you asking stupid questions?
あれだけ念入りに警戒していた戸上でも、さすがにテーブルの裏までは気づけんかったか。
Although Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
少し話がそれるのだが、なぜ戸上はあそこまで念入りに警戒していたのだ？
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? It's time for the letter, baby.
ジュラルミンケースに防犯グッズや警備用品を入れ、さらに暗視スコープまで持ち込んでいたとは。
Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
確かに。念のためにしてはやりすぎだの。
That's true. He went above and beyond being just a little cautious. Yeah, Monomi just swinging back and forth in the background is quite adorable.
それを言ったら危険物の没収だってそうだよ。
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well.
わざわざボディチェックまでするなんて念のためってレベルじゃないよ。
It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
と、彼には分かってたんだよ。誰かが殺人を起こそうとしてるってことがね。
He probably knew someone was planning to commit a murder.
殺人を予知していたというのか。まさか、あいつにも邪眼の。
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
ひなたくんもそう思うよね。
You think so too, right, Hajime? That's... I didn't even get a chance to fucking read that before it went, but it's time for the letter. Where's the letter? Here. Murder threat.
これで証明できる。みんな、ちょっとこれを見てくれないか。
Everyone, can you please take a look at this? Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
おい、こいつはなんだ?
Hey, what the hell is this?
戸上くんのコテージにあったのを僕と日向くんで見つけたんだよ。
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
おそらく誰かが戸上に宛てた脅迫文だ。
It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
誰かって誰だ?
So, who's the someone?
こんな頭悪そうな脅迫文なんてモノクマ以外誰も書かないよ。
Nobody beside Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like this.
僕じゃありませんよ。
It wasn't me.
本当ですか?
Are you sure?
僕がつくのは優しい嘘だけだもん。
The only lies I tell are friendly lies.
それがすでに嘘じゃないですか。
Those are still lies.
誰が書いたかはともかく、戸上はこの脅迫文のせいで警戒を強めていたのだな。
It doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter. I feel like I recognize Peko's voice. I'm gonna have to look up who her voice actress is after this because I definitely feel like I know that voice.
きっと彼がパーティーを開くと言い出したのもこの手紙のせいだろうね。
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter.
言いますと?
What do you mean?
彼はみんなを一箇所に集めることで互いに監視し合う状況を作ろうとしたんだよ。
By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other.
そうすることで殺人予告した人物を身動き取れない状況に追い込もうとしたんだ。
In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
だけどこんな手紙なんてただのいたずらかもしれないのに。
But the letter might have just been a little prank.
それでも一人の犠牲者も出さないと宣言した以上は放っておけない。
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. Yeah, it's just a prank, bro.
そんな強い責任感が彼にこの脅迫を信じ込ませちゃったんだよ。
His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
こんな脅迫文を受け取っていたならわしらに相談すればよかったものを。
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
そんなことしたら僕らは混乱状態になるよ。
If he had,
戸上君にもそれが分かってたんだ。
if he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too. I agree. Everyone would have lost their shit.
それで誰にも言えずに一人で何とかしようと。
So he tried to do something about it without telling anyone?
あいつのリーダーとしての責任感の強さがあだとなってしまったのか。
I see. His strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
ふざけた真似しやがって。その手紙を書いたやつは誰なんだよ。
Screw that noise. Who the hell wrote that letter? I can't remember if I commented on this in a previous stream, but I do find it interesting that, like, Hajime, his first name, or his given name, means, like, first or beginning, sort of thing. And then we have Akane Owari here, which Owari means, like, over or end, you know? So it's interesting that we have the beginning and the ending here. It actually kind of makes me suspect her a little bit, but, you know, that wouldn't be... Yeah, the duality of man, yeah. It wouldn't be as much of, like, an indicator in the original language. Like, Japanese people would recognize this and see it immediately, you know?
そりゃもちろん犯人だろうけど。
Well, obviously, the killer. The killer. Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one? Who killed Byakuya?
いい加減名乗り出たらどうだ。臆病者めが。
Enough already. Show yourself, you coward.
ここで名乗り出るくらいなら最初から人なんて殺してないって。
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place. That's some weird logic there. I mean, I guess when you think of the... Yeah, okay, I guess. When you think of the ramifications and stuff of this, if they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed it in the first place, because by coming forward in this, they would be discovered as the black and then die. Okay, okay. But But still, I can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
すみません。私からも少々よろしいでしょうか。
Pardon me? Can I say something, please?
どうしたんですか、ソニアさん。
What is it, Miss Sonia?
話題が戻って恐縮なのですが、先ほどの暗視スコープの件で気になることがあるのです。
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning about the night vision goggles.
暗視スコープを使ってたのが戸上さんなら、犯人はあの暗闇をどのように攻略したのですか？
If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, then how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
そっか。暗視スコープなしじゃ何も見えないよね。
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles.
でもそれだとテーブルの裏のナイフは取れないし、戸上くんがそれを目撃することもできないよ。
But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
目印を使うにしたって、あの暗闇ではその目印すら見えんからの。
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness. Now, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands. The glowing paint. Except for we know that the killer did, like, we're just playing along with this, but we know that the killer did not use the knife.
夜光塗料を目印にしたらどうだ？それなら暗闇の中でもナイフを取ることができるぞ。
What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife down even in the dark.
実際テーブルの下に落ちてたナイフにも
In actuality, the knife we found under the table.
テーブルの裏に貼ってあったガムテープにも夜光塗料が塗られてたよな。
And the duct tape marked to the underside of the table were both marked... sorry, the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
それって犯人があらかじめ塗ってたんですか？
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
でも夜光塗料を塗っておくなんて停電になるのが分かってたみたいじゃない？
But painting them with glowing paint, it's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
実際分かってたんだよ。だからこそ夜光塗料を目印に使ったんだろうね。
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark.
ってことは停電を仕掛けたやつが犯人だね。
Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
だったら決まりだな。犯人はブレーカーのあった事務室にいたやつ。
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Except for, we said that even with a step ladder, you would not be able to reach it.
つまりおめえだ、ペコヤマペコ。
Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama. Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
私は犯人ではない。
I am not the killer. I actually find it interesting that there's only 2 people in here that wear glasses. Admittedly, I guess maybe when you're younger, like I'm trying to think back to how many classmates I had when I was in high school that had glasses. But nowadays, you look around my social group and it's unusual not to be wearing glasses. Like everybody fucking has glasses on.
犯人じゃねえってさ。
No, I guess she's not.
簡単に信じてどうすんだよ。
How could you believe her so easily? Yeah,
でも事務室のブレーカーには横山さんでは背が届かないと思うんですけど。
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
そんな小さな問題はどうでもいいんだよ。ペコヤマがブレーカーを落として停電にしたんだって。
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout. By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. If we call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue-colored ones would be called agree spots. Interesting. This is a different mechanic. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullet that proves the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Isn't it a little hot in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. We are actually going to save, because it is... We can't save. Okay. Well, we're playing through this part. Okay, Nakamoto's account, Teruteru's account, and Chiaki's account.
事務室にいたペコ山なら
Since Peko was in the office,
いつでも休館を停電
she
に
could
で
have
きたは
caused the
ずだ
blackout at any time. We don't agree with
それ
that.
は無理なんだ。
That's impossible.
なんで無理なの？
Why is it impossible?
私は事務室にい
Because
な
I
か
was
った
not in the office.
停電前からずっと
Even before the blackout.
見張りはどうしたんじゃ
What happened to your guard
すま
duty?
ない。
Sorry.
事務室にいなかったとか
Oh,
さ。
you weren't in the office?
明らかに苦
That's
しま
clearly
れ
a
るの
desperate
言い訳だよ
excuse.
ね。
Just from listening to Pekka's testimony, it's not weird to doubt her. But I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony. Okay, Teruteru, Chiaki, or Nekomaru. Teruteru. The gas stove in the kitchen is powered by electricity. That's why it wouldn't work during the blackout. Not helpful. Chiaki. Chiaki was standing on guard duty outside. Fuyuhiko apparently came to the old building and then walked away. Nekomato kept trying to use the bathroom since before the party started, but when someone was using it the whole time, was able to enter the bathroom after Byakuyo's body was discovered. I'm assuming it's Nekomaru? Was that one of the three? Yes. Since
い
Pekka
つで
was
も
in
休
the
館を
office,
停電にできたはずだ
それは無理なんだ。
なんで
私は事務室にいなかった。停電前からずっとね。
there.
それに賛成だ。俺は賛成だ。ペコ山の言葉を信じていいと思うぞ。
No, I think Pekka was telling the truth. Consent! Yeah. If only there was such a clear way to show that, like, yes, I agree, this is fine. Okay, so we have saved. It is noon, so we are gonna close it there. We will pick up this trial on Friday.